On the news tonight, state government task community leaders on grassroots development. Federal government introduces new policy on drug abuse in schools. Iran confirms deportation of more than 50 citizens. Good evening and welcome to the Delta Television Main News. I am Ogaga Ikama. You can also follow our news online on Facebook and YouTube at Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba, or visit our website www.dbsasaba.com. President Generals of communities across the state have been urged to take the lead in promoting peace and development at the grassroots. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori gave the charge in Asaba while declaring open a 3-day seminar for community leaders from the Delta North Senatorial District. Ejime Udueme reports.
Governor Oborevwori, represented by the Secretary to State Government, Dr. Kingsley Emo, commended the Office of the Special Advisor for organizing the program, saying the seminar would help President Generals better understand their roles and identify ways to contribute meaningfully to the growth of their communities. The governor described the participants as critical stakeholders in sustaining peace across the state, reminding them of the need to uphold accountability, transparency, objectivity, and inclusivity as they carry out their duties. He assured that his administration will continue to work with all segments of the society to deliver all-round development.
The PGs are critical, exceedingly fundamental in the delivery of the MORE agenda to communities. That's why His Excellency the Governor takes it very seriously. The inclusive leadership that we require to be able to excel in the rural, in the communities, are things that the PGs, in conjunction with the Special Advisor, must take to those communities.
The immediate past governor of the state, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, represented by a former legislator in the state, Honorable Anthony Elekokore, stressed the need for unity despite the state's cultural diversity and encouraged community leaders to collaborate on pivotal issues. The Special Advisor to the Governor on Community Development, Dr. Toyin Agbolaya, also reaffirmed the central role of communities in driving the MORE agenda. He urged leaders to prioritize community development over personal interest and thanked Governor Oborevwori for his support in ensuring that peace and safety reigned across the state.
So it's important that we communicate to our people. Through this office, you will be able to reach your people and reach the government. Meaning that whatever project and program that the government is engaging, you will definitely know, and when you know, what do? You take it to the grassroots.
His Excellency, Right Honorable Chief Elder Sheriff Oborevwori, has been doing a lot for President Generals in this state. So it is time for the President General to complement what he is doing by protecting the projects of His Excellency. Like I used to tell you, the blind can see what His Excellency is doing.
Chairman, Delta State Forum of Presidents General, Prince Igwe Nzekwe, reaffirmed the forum's support for the MORE agenda and said the seminar will strengthen cooperation among communities. Ejime Udueme reporting.
The federal government has introduced a new national policy on drug and substance abuse in schools to curb rising cases of addiction among students. Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa launched the policy in Abuja, saying it will guide prevention, counseling, and discipline in schools. Dr. Alausa noted that state governments would lead implementation with federal support, while the ministry was also updating school curricula to include drug prevention lessons. He said a substance use prevention unit had been created to coordinate activities nationwide in partnering with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to intensify awareness campaigns and training in schools. Dr. Lausa said the goal was to protect learners and improve safety in the education sector. President Bola Tinubu has directed security agencies across the country to work closely with state governors to prevent kidnappings, especially those targeting students. President Tinubu gave the directive while commending the security forces for securing the release of 100 students abducted from Papiri Catholic School in Niger State. He said no Nigerian child should continue to fall victim to terrorism and appealed to the security agencies to expedite action towards freeing the remaining 115 students and teachers still in captivity. President Tinubu assured parents that the federal government and the Niger State government were collaborating to reunite all abducted children with their families. He reaffirmed that all kidnapped Nigerians must be rescued and vowed to strengthen measures that would make schools safer nationwide. The final match of the Head of Service Football Cup competition among ministries, departments and agencies in the state will be held tomorrow. The football match is part of activities marking the Public Service Week celebration in the state. A statement by the functioning permanent secretary in the Ministry of Information, Mr. Harold Orji, on behalf of the State Commissioner for Works, Rural Roads and Public Information, Mr. Charles Onyagu, says the event will take place at the St. Patrick's College Field, Asaba, from 10 a.m. The statement says this year's final will feature a clash between the State Sports Commission and the Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources. It requested all permanent secretaries, heads of extra-ministerial departments, agencies and directors to mobilize at least 5 staff members to attend the event, with all guests expected to be seated by 9 a.m. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has declared a state of emergency across the region. ECOWAS Commission President Mr. Omar Toure made the declaration during the 55th session of the Mediation and Security Council in Abuja. The meeting was called in response to a series of coups and failed mutinies affecting countries within the sub-region. Leaders said the developments pose a serious threat to peace and stability in West Africa. Mr. Toure warned that the situation underscored the imperative of serious introspection on the future of the region's democracy and called for urgent investment in regional security to protect the community. Vice President Kashim Shettima has reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to strengthening peace and stability across West Africa. Senator Shettima stated this in Abidjan while representing President Bola Tinubu at the inauguration of President Alassane Ouattara for a new term as President of Côte d'Ivoire. He conveyed President Tinubu's congratulations and expressed confidence in the Ivorian leader's renewed mandate. The Vice President also restated Nigeria's readiness to deepen regional cooperation in security, trade and agriculture, noting that both countries share long-standing economic and diplomatic ties. Senator Shettima joined other leaders from across Africa and international delegates who attended the ceremony at the Presidential Palace in Abidjan. The federal government has called on the judiciary to fast-track the trial of terrorists and other violent offenders to strengthen the fight against insecurity in the country. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, made the appeal in Abuja at the opening of the Court of Appeal 2025-2026 legal year, stressing that swift hearings will help dismantle impunity and protect citizens. Mr. Fagbemi noted that government is committed to the timely prosecution of suspects involved in terrorism, mass casualty attacks, kidnap for ransom, and terror financing activities. He added that President Bola Tinubu had approved the appointment of additional Federal High Court judges to boost national counter-terrorism efforts and improve the capacity of the courts. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has fixed December 17 for a nationwide protest over rising insecurity. The decision followed its Executive Council meeting in Lagos, where it condemned the rising kidnapping cases in the country. The NLC urged the federal government to secure schools and investigate security lapses, warning that failure to act could lead to wider industrial actions. Meanwhile, the Senate has approved President Bola Tinubu's request to deploy troops to the Republic of Benin for a peace mission. The deployment follows a failed coup attempt against President Patrice Talon and aims to prevent further criminality and destruction of property. President Tinubu's letter, read in the plenary by the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, cited Section 5, Subsection 5 of the 1999 Constitution and stressed the need for peacekeeping assistance at the request of the Benin government. The President noted the exceptional circumstances, including the attempted unconstitutional seizure of power by soldiers operating under the Military Committee for Refoundation, led by Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigri. Nigerian fighter jets and troops had already intervened, helping to thwart the coup, highlighting the close ties of friendship and collective security obligations under Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Still to come on the news, Iran confirms deportation of more than 50 citizens. Details of this and more coming up shortly.
If tanker wey carry fuel fall or pipe wey carry fuel for underground burst, wetin you go do? You go begin bail fuel put for your bucket, or you go run comot far for where the fire go soon come. Na only small time you get to take this wise decision. Waka comot, no, that one no dey enough. Shift, no, that one no dey enough. Stay there dey gist and take pictures with your phone. That na madness. Run, yes, run comot. Yes, your life depend on wetin you do. The fire go come at once and you no go fit control am. Why? Petrol dey catch fire easily. Why? Na just small spark go start big fire. So no stay there dey think. Run comot quick to save your life. No throway your life away because of say you wan pack petrol. Take this advice. This informate na from Public Enlightenment Office, Delta Broadcasting Service, Asaba.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point oh.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer oh.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as Sure Banker. Progress na small wind wey dey carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you dey use money point?
Of course na, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money Point, made for your progress.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us on the news. The global scene is next as we join our world news desk.
Iran says a second group of over 50 of its nationals has been deported from the United States, with a flight leaving Mesa, Arizona on Sunday and traveling via Cairo and the Kuwait. Tehran's foreign minister confirmed their return, while U.S. immigration officials declined to comment. Advocacy groups say some deported include Christian converts and LGBT individuals, communities that face severe punishment in Iran. Father Joseph Bach of the Borderland Companion of Hope described the flight as a death journey. Iranian authorities claim some returnees agreed to go back, but others said they were forced onto the plane and fear persecution. The deportations comes amid worsening U.S.-Iran tensions following Washington's bombing of Iranian nuclear facilities in June. Renewed fighting along the disputed border between Thailand and Cambodia has intensified, leaving more people dead and thousands displaced. Cambodia says 2 more civilians were killed overnight, bringing its death toll to 7, while Thailand reports 3 soldiers killed. Both sides blame each other for the latest clashes, which had shattered the ceasefire brokered in July by the United States President, Mr. Donald Trump. Cambodia had earlier nominated President Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize for helping secure that truce. The neighbors had contested their 800-kilometer border for more than a century, and the renewed violence had forced families in frontline communities to flee as troops built up on both sides. Ukraine is preparing to submit a revised peace proposal to the White House as Kyiv seeks to avoid any territorial concession to Russia. President Volodymyr Zelensky had reaffirmed that he had no right under Ukrainian or international law to give up land. President Zelensky made the remark during meetings with European and North Atlantic Treaty Organization NATO leaders yesterday as allied push to dissuade Washington from supporting any peace deal that forces Ukraine into major concession agreements, adding that it could expose the country to future aggression. Meanwhile, the northwestern city of Sumy was plunged into darkness overnight following a Russian drone strike that knocked out power, underscoring the ongoing pressure Ukraine faced on the battlefield, even as diplomatic efforts intensified.
Let's join our business news desk for happenings in the business sector.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has reduced the number of licensed bureau de change (BDC) operators to 82 under its revised regulatory guidelines. CBN, in a statement, said the newly approved license took effect on November 27. The statement said only the BDCs listed on the bank's website were now authorized to operate, adding that the public should avoid dealing with unlicensed foreign exchange operators. It warned that running a BDC without a valid license was a punishable offense under the Bank and Other Financial Institutions Act of 2020. The central bank previously had about 5,690 BDCs, but revoked more than 4,000 licenses last year for non-compliance, reducing the number drastically before the latest approval round. The naira yesterday fell to 1,475 naira per dollar in the parallel market, down from 1,463 naira last weekend. It, however, remained stable at 1,454 naira per dollar in the Nigerian foreign exchange market, widening the gap between both markets to 21 naira. Traders attributed the drop to reduced dollar supply in the informal market.
It's time now to join Jude Agbeyeke for the sports news.
Hello, welcome to Sports News. Super Eagles opponents in the forthcoming CAF Africa Cup of Nations, Tunisia, have released its schedule ahead of the biennial African Football Fiesta in Morocco. Tunisia, which crashed out of the ongoing Arab Club World Cup, is expected to begin a comprehensive preparations for Africa's biggest sporting fiesta, with unveiling of its official roster on Thursday this week, and moving forward to Tabaka for its training camp on Friday. The Carthage Eagles will then play a closed-door friendly with Botswana on December 18 in Tabaka before departing for Morocco the next day. Tunisia, led by its coach Salem Trabelsi, will then meet the Super Eagles on December 27 in the second match in Group C, which might decide the group. Pharaohs of Egypt talisman Mohamed Salah has revealed he is ready to leave English title holders Liverpool in the mutual termination of his contract with the regional Reds. Salah, who is the only African player to have scored in 4 CAF Africa Cup of Nations, made the revelation following an ongoing feud between him and Liverpool manager Arne Slot.
I'm very disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed, to be fair. I have done so much for this club. Everybody can see that during the years and especially last season. Sitting on the bench, I don't know why. Seems like a club is throwing me under the bus. That's how I feel it.
Was left out of Liverpool's UEFA Champions League clash with Inter Milan tonight's in the Roman city of Milan, said he was ready to end his £400,000 a week salary at Anfield barely 6 months after extending his contract with the North England football outfit. The 33-year-old Salah could move to Saudi Arabia in January following renewed interest from the oil-rich country. World Boxing Championship lightweight female world champion Caroline Dubois has signed up with Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions MVP and has been added as an undercard in the heavyweight boxing clash between Jake Paul and former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. The 24-year-old boxer and younger sister to former heavyweight boxing champion Daniel Dubois was formally signed to Boxer Promotions before switching to MVP. The British pugilist, who has defended her title twice, expressed delight with the new promotional deal, saying it was the right step for her budding boxing career. Caroline Dubois will face Italy's Camila Palata on the undercard of the Jake Paul vs. Anthony Joshua fight in Miami on December 19. That's sports news. Ugaga returns shortly.
The State Police Command has reported some missing persons in different parts of the state. Among those reported missing is one 85-year-old Agba Utatu, a male who resides at God's Divine Close, Ogrovie, Ugeri. Okafor Marvelous, working with Golden Tulip Hotel Asaba, who is 21 years and resides behind NTA Opanam Road, Asaba, was said to have left home on the 21st of November 2025. Also, Miss Promise Sunday, a female residing at number 2 Rupe Drive, Osubi, age 19, left home since 20th November 2025 and has still not returned. Fatima Mohammed, resident at Cable Point, Asaba, 5 years old. Anyone with useful information about these missing persons should report to the nearest police station or the State Police Command. Next is the thought for the day. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. To end the news, here again are the main points. President Generals of communities across the state have been urged to take the lead in promoting peace and development at the grassroots. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori gave the charge in Asaba while declaring open a 3-day seminar for community leaders from the Delta North Senatorial District. The federal government has introduced a new national policy on drug and substance abuse in schools to curb rising cases of addiction among students. Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa launched the policy in Abuja, saying it would guide prevention, counseling, and discipline in schools. Iran says a second group of over 50 of its nationals has been deported from the United States, with the flights leaving Mesa, Arizona on Sunday and traveling via Cairo and Kuwait. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can also follow our news online on Facebook or YouTube at Delta Broadcasting Service, or visit our website at www.dbsasaba.com. On behalf of the production crew, it is I, Ugaga Ikama, thanking you so much for your time. Good evening.